Here's a look and recap of your markets on this Wednesday, the 30th day of July. Offerings at the auction barns around the state continue to be very light with the oppressive heat still across the state. Before we get into taking a look at a few of the sales from today, I want to remind you that tomorrow night, Thursday evening at 4:30, Joplin Regional Stockyards be holding their monthly special replacement cow sale. I think they've got 700 or 800 head listed for that. On Saturday, August the 2nd, Mocan Livestock Market, they're having a special cow sale at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They have 1,250 head on the pre-listing there. Today around the state, again, auction receipts very light. Several of the sales either canceling or not having enough to report the market. Springfield Livestock Marketing Center, very light run there, 365 head today. The steers and heifers sold mostly $10 to $15 higher on a very light test. Demand continues to be very good for healthy, slick-haired, high-quality calves that managed to make it town despite this oppressive heat. Buyers really looking to buy some cattle and put together some loads and fill some orders. It's just really, really hard to do right now with the light movement. There in Springfield, the 4 to 5 weight steers at 412.5 to 450, 5 to 6 weights at 380 to 415, 6 to 7 weights at 368 to 395. A few 7 to 725 pound steers at 347.5 to 367. A few heifers this week, 4 to 5 weights at 385 to 410. Some 5 to 6 weights at 360 to 382. Small package of 685 pound heifers at 345. Box beef cutout values, they continue to fall lower. Choice at $361.99, down $2.20 today. Select at $340.91, down $1.57. Those values based on 168 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds. The Choice Select spread at $21.08. Negotiated feedlot trade so far this week, still fairly light. We continue to pick up a few sales with each day, but total volume so far this week only at 4,810 head. Texas, just under 200 head today of some mixed steers and heifers, reported at 235. Kansas, 1,278 head so far. Seeing some prices there on the live side range from 232 on some mixed steers and heifers all the way up to 237, mostly at 235. That 235 in the south, sure enough, be stronger than what we seen last week. In the north, Iowa's only reported about 211 head so far this week, 240 live, 382 dressed. Nebraska's reported just shy of 1,000 head so far, from 240 to 242 on the live side. Dress sales at 385. Our tracking indexes, both the Missouri Stocker Formula and the CME Feeder Cattle Index, posting all-time new record highs once again today, despite those light offerings. Again, any good quality cattle that managed to get to the barn, sure enough, bringing some awful good prices right now. The CME Feeder Cattle Index, based on an 800-pound steer up through the 12-state feeding region at 333.03, and then that Missouri Stocker Formula, based roughly on a 500-pound steer through the auction barns in Missouri, 406.04. Taking a look at the closing livestock futures today, August live cattle at 233.07, up 335. October 229.72, up 327. December at 229.90, up 315. August feeder cattle 338.95, up 275. September at 339.75, up 267. October at 338.55, up 265. Lean hogs for August, that contract lost 22 cents today, 107.02. October 89.20, down or up 47 on the October. December up 40 at 81.20. Taking a look at the grain markets at the elevators around the state today, soybeans 13 to 43 cents lower. We've seen several elevators adjust their basis today, which really put a beating on that soybean prices on the old crop there. Wheat 6 cents lower today, corn 2 to 3 cents higher. At the elevators in St. Louis, corn bids 407 to 409, Kansas City at 404. Soybean bids in St. Louis, $9.84 to $9.87. Kansas City, $9.95 to $10.10. Wheat bids in St. Louis, $4.96 to $4.98. No wheat bid in the Kansas City area currently. As of the moment, those elevators only taking contracted wheat right now and no cash bid available. On the board of trade today, corn contracts, September closed up 2.5. 391 3/4. December at 412 1/4, up 1 1/4. March at 429 1/2, up 3/4 of a cent. August beans down 14, 967 3/4. September 975 3/4, down 13 3/4. November new crop beans falling below $10 now at 995 3/4. Wheat contracts, September down 6, 523 3/4. December at 544 1/4, down 5 3/4. March down 5 1/2 at 563. Soybean meal for August down $1 a ton, $260.70 a ton. Soybean oil for August, $56.50 a hundredweight, down $1.04. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's your closing markets for Wednesday. This is Tony Hancock.